Welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
I am Bo.
And I'm Zach.
Indeed, we are.
Let's not even waste any time. Let's introduce our guest.
Zach. Where's Zach?
It's the one and only The Amazing.
Yes, welcome, the Amazing.
Thank you for
What's up,
joining
guys?
us, man.
No, thank you.
No. You are a busy man, sir. You got so much going on.
I don't know when you sleep.
I sleep for 4 hours a night every night.
Whew, man, not according to YouTube.
I uploaded stuff. Oh, I did upload it last night, but I didn't make it public until this morning. But I finished uploading around like 3:30, went to bed around 4:30, got up at like 8:45, 9. And then I started my day, which is why I have coffee instead of water, because it's a lot going on right now.
I hear that. Well, man, I'm so glad to have you on because we all been watching your reviews forever, and just having this, like having this chance to just talk with
My
you.
reviews watch you guys. My reviews are watching you. Y'all part of the algorithm now.
I know they're in my wallet. I know that because every time you go over something, I pretty much I could run out and buy it.
Yeah, it's like painful. It's like, oh no.
People owe you a commission.
I won't lie to you, I tell people all the time, if I actually got paid on commission, I would do YouTube full time. Like as a paid job, I would do it full time. But I don't. YouTube does not pay me a livable wage.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, that's because I don't do all those weird tricks where it's like use these hashtags and use Team Buddy and use these buzzwords and put your face in the thumbnail. I don't do any of that stuff. So
I don't blame you. I'm the worst at social media.
I'm terrible at social media, but I'm real good at actual like social stuff, like real social events. I'm a fucking ball, but I'm sorry. Am I not supposed to curse?
Yeah,
No. We should have warned you.
Okay.
Go for it. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Speak freely.
Like it's weird too because on YouTube I have to like cut back that part where it's like I'm in like because when I play with toys I'm in the zone. I won't lie to you, but socializing with people you get a different version of me. You'll get me, but you'll get the non-sultry voice. You get the oh my god I love that thing. So.
Oh man. So how was the world tour recently?
World tour was busy as hell. There was a lot of work meetings involved and getting up at 4 a.m. when that's usually when I'm just going to sleep. So that was a little painful for me. It was tough staying up and then dealing with that torrential rain because we had rain that was raining so hard it was like breaking the boxes. Like so, there was stuff like big brown mailboxes I would like carry back and do stuff with. It was raining so hard it was like putting dents into the boxes.
Wow. Jeez. Awesome. Well,
Yeah,
man,
Did you ever think your career would, the beginning of starting playing, just the act of playing with toys and loving toys, did you ever expect it would become this? And like, what do you think about now?
Shout out to all my friends who made me do YouTube because I was doing a lot of stuff. Even now, I still do stuff behind the scenes mostly. So you guys only see like 10% of what I actually do, because I was doing all that behind the scenes stuff. But being in front of like behind the camera, but in the forefront of stuff, I never thought I'd be here. Like it's crazy because I'm like YouTube popular, but there's no money made in it. So it's like I just do it out of love. There's no money made in YouTube like at all.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks like, oh my god, it's like listen, I tell you this, I do want that fucking plaque though. I want that 100K plaque. But as far as getting paid, like I wouldn't be able to pay rent if we were talking about like YouTube wages. I would be able to afford to pay my light bill, pay my phone bill, and that's it.
Well, that you can definitely tell in your videos because you have this like love when you do it, and it just blows my mind how you're able to post because I suck at posting, and I kind of cheat and copy your stuff, for the show.
No, go for it.
Because like it just how effortlessly you'll take a figure and just bam, look at their fighting pose, and it looks so good. And
I'll bring up some photos.
I read too many comics. That's all.
You can tell.
I think, yeah, like you bring out the character. It's not like you just take a nice photo of the figure. You actually bring out the character within each photo.
Yeah, I try to fit their personalities.
Look at that. Plus, your army building is out of this world.
Yeah, like geez.
I have to go to a doctor about that because I think I might have a problem.
I disagree.
No, I love army building. I just want to get it in check. Like my wife is at the point where she's like, listen, you shouldn't be army building things that there's not multiple of. Where I'm like, they've done it on one panel in 1964, so I can do it too.
Do you have like a certain number in your head that you shoot for of like an army building? Like I need 10 or 15, or you just go as hard as you can?
5, 7, 9, and then 20 plus. It has to be those numbers. It's either 5, 7, or 9 or 20 plus.
Jeez.
God,
So like the weakest army builder I have now is officially Snowbat because I only have 5. That's it.
Oh, you've already got the Arctic bats?
My Arctic bats are out for delivery like right now.
Wow.
3 of them are because I got 2 more coming later, but 3 of them are being delivered like right now. Let me actually double check that right now.
Those things are looking so good.
Let me actually double check.
We're just oohing and on over.
I know that I almost want to ask you, have you ever thought about directing? Because you have such a beautiful like storyboarding mind that it's like that would translate into like because you tell stories.
I want to do that so bad, but you know what the problem is? People.
You have to tell people.
I don't like telling people what to do, and more importantly, I'm so used to working with toys. I don't think people understand. Sometimes I would go mute and just touch them and be like, I need you to move like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think I think if I was a mute, it'd be perfect for me, but it'd be socially awkward otherwise. You know what I mean?
Just put that in your contract. Be like, he's gonna touch you.
Nah. I respect personal space. I respect personal space way too much. So I'd probably be like,
yeah.
And then I take a toy and be like,
yeah,
I'm glad that everyone would understand me. It's weird because then everyone would be like, "Oh, okay, that's okay, got it."
Yeah, just bring toys on set, and then
I would love to be a director. I don't think people understand like lighting and mood and all that. I love that stuff, and I feel like if I was ever a director, y'all would be so tired of me because it'd be like Spider-Verse. It'd be color palette swaps. It'd be JoJo like poses. It'd be weird and crazy angles, and I would do one-shot takeaways and stuff. Like y'all would be sick of me. Y'all think I was Hideo Kojima on crack.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hideo Kojima, he's such a. It's like you can tell he's a movie lover.
Yeah.
But he uses his medium to do what, and you do that with toys.
Yeah, that's one of the people I look up to because Kojima's one of those guys, and he literally goes, I like this thing. I'm gonna make something out of it. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Spend millions of dollars on me. That's what I want. I want that. I want people to go, I believe in you so much. Here's money to make a big project that I can enjoy. I would love that.
He's been a real he's been part of my life for a long time. Metal Gear, oh my god, I've been there since
Metal Gear is one of those things I still don't understand, but I love every moment of it.
No one understands it. That's why it's so provocative.
You know what Metal Gear is? Metal Gear is Gundam without the robots.
Yeah, actually, and every once in a while you get a Metal Gear.
Yeah, every once in a while it's like featuring a robot. And that's kind of what I love about it. It's like I don't know if you guys ever played Cyberpunk, right?
Oh yeah.
So Cyberpunk, without all the crazy bugs and all the setbacks, is a beautiful game, and like it is really, really good. And it just reminded me, like, dude, that was part of the reason why I enjoy doing what I do. It's like it's choices you get to make, and then you live with that, you roll with it, and you kind of like decide on what you're gonna do from there. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Anything that conveys emotion in a video game now is like just a treasure to me.
That's why I'm so excited for Spider-Man 2, man. Imagine all the cool costumes that are gonna be in that. I'm just so excited.
Yeah. And hopefully they make figures because we've only got one from the last game. I think.
I am sure. The problem is on the Bandai side, none of those Spider-Man figures did well.
Oh yeah.
Nope. And then everybody's like, "Oh my god, Spider-Man sucks. The Marvel Legends is gonna be better." And then the Marvel Legends came and it wasn't better. And then people went out looking for the SHF, and it's like,
you can't find it. I can't find it anywhere.
I just really wish that people would enjoy things by having them in hand and not judging them based upon the things that they don't own, because That's the thing I'm really starting to see a lot of. It's like, I'm going to judge this thing even though I don't have it in hand. It's like, how can you judge something you don't own and play with physically? It's like, I feel like everybody's doing NFT reviews. Like, how are you going to touch this item and review it if you don't actually have it? But then somebody's going to go and make a review of my review. Like, you see there, look, he's touching it wrong. I'm like, what is this reactionary shit?
The sausage is upside down.
Exactly. You see this Spider-Man pose? It doesn't look right. But then look, if you change the angle and you change the lighting, it's him jumping across.
Yeah.
Right.
See, so perspective. But you can't have perspective if you don't actually have the experience. So I get a little frustrated now that everybody is doing this thing, but it's all like to keep up with the algorithm. It's very frustrating.
The algorithm just, I hate it, you know, and I understand it, but I hate it. But I wished I could just tell people and people could get it through their heads that if you're looking for a reviewer, find something that matches your taste. Find a reviewer that matches your taste. And for me, that's you. I go and I'm like, I know if D thinks it's cool, I'm going to love it. You know, so.
Well, I genuinely like toys, though. Like, it doesn't have to do everything I want it to do for me not to enjoy it. And I think people keep missing that point. It's like, well, you didn't talk about the box. I don't give a shit about the box. I told you that a million times.
Yeah.
I don't even keep boxes anymore. Look at these fucking bins behind me. You think I keep boxes?
Yeah, look at my office. It's awful. It's awful. I'm sorry about that, man. But yeah, like things that a stupid kid from the South, you know, never knew anything about Kamen Rider, but because of you, look what I've done. You know, exactly.
Rider.
Exactly. Did y'all go see Kamen Rider? Did y'all see Shin Kamen Rider?
Not yet. It's not in our area yet, or in my area at least. We're all kind of spread out.
I'm gonna when the Blu-ray comes out, I'm gonna send you a copy.
Oh, don't tempt us.
No.
I can send y'all a copy. Not a big deal. Because it was amazing, and I just got the third-party Scarfin from SHF upgrade, so I'm like losing my mind because it's so good. Well, this is Agito.
I was dying to see that.
Yeah, we're dying here. We're all, like I said, we're all spread out. We got in Ohio, South Carolina, and in Colorado, so we're all over the place. And
y'all don't have AMC theaters out there?
We have, I have them, but they're all the way in Denver, and I live in Colorado Springs, which is like on the other side of the mountain.
First of all, that's far. I've been to Colorado. That's so goddamn far.
It's so far, man. It's so.
Dude, that's like a day and a half drive if you tired.
It's like seriously. Anytime I want to go to work, it's like Death Stranding. You know, I have to get ready.
I feel so bad because, dude, every year we don't do it anymore, but we used to drive back from San Diego because we'd have like a week in between conventions, like do whatever we're gonna do, and we would stop in Colorado every week, like after. And dude, I'd be like, Colorado's so nice, and then I realized they're like, your next destination is 900 miles away. I'm like,
yeah,
like nope, I'm not going to the other side of the mountain. We're just gonna get out of here. Bye.
You either go around it or over it, man.
Yeah. I'm never going over it again. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, but it is terrifying.
Yeah. Man.
Terrifying. We saw a trucker flip down the mountain, and I think I got Final Destination like PTSD about that. Yeah. And I was like, nope. We stopped for like a whole hour. We were like, nope, we'll just sacrifice whatever sleep. We'll check into a hotel. Don't care. We're not following behind that truck. We're good.
Right. Just dodge fate. Just dodge it completely. I don't even want to be in that movie.
I don't want to be in none of the sequels, no spin-offs. I don't even want to be in a side quest novel. I'm good.
Yeah. You don't even want to know one of the characters that was in the.
Somebody try to come up with like, hi, my name is nope, no names. No names. No names.
Don't even look at me.
Yep. I wasn't in this movie. I don't want to show up on security footage in the background because even those people died in the movie.
Yes, it really has.
So I'm sorry. I'll go off on tangents all day long. But
that's me. That's my brother.
Yeah.
You've seen it in my videos. I'll be like, remember that time I was talking about Zartan and ended up talking about Kamen Rider? That's me every day.
It's nice to come back to every time. But yeah, so any what's coming out that you're really excited about?
I can't tell you.
Must be really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And if I love it, you'll love it.
And but I guess going back to photography, what kind of started that? What made you
I've
go?
always loved photography. I've
Always.
uh, always. I was horrible at it when I first started though. That was the difference. Like I was so bad at it that I kept trying. And when I got good at it, what happened was I went back and I did classes because I was self-taught.
Mhm.
So what happened was I went and I took classes and I learned and I made sure it was one of those things where I was like, even if I understand the way that I do, I need perspective. So I went back and I took classes to the point where I was like, okay, no, now you're getting things you understand. And even to today, I like always look stuff up. Like if I got this lens, what kind of photography could I do with this? What can I do out here? Even on the weekends, like normally it's just very busy now because it's convention season as we prep for SDCC. But I went out during Smog City and I like photographed like outside. Like I took a chance to do something different. How would I shoot it like in a fog setting, like outdoors? How would I do like on top of a roof? Don't tell anybody that I was on somebody's roof, but yeah, like stuff like that. You know,
We're not live, are we? No. But yeah,
they don't know whose roof. It don't matter. I got permission. It was consent.
Yeah, there we go. That's all that matters. So,
Yeah.
But your lighting is incredible.
That's due to trial and error. That's just trial and error.
Yeah, it's some of the, and especially at that scale too. Like, I don't understand how you manage to pull off some of the shots that you do, and that's why I really enjoy those videos that you do with the camera time. And there's like the tutorial. I don't know how they do for do well for your channel, but man, oh look at that. Yeah.
Lighting.
Do you physically move those around while you're setting your camera?
Yeah. So literally, it's trial and error. Like so, it's like for instance, Zartan.
See that.
So you see stuff like this where
Yeah.
And then you have like stuff like my ring light, so the ring light does a lot of the other perspective stuff. So it all depends. So you can do behind, front, angles, things like that. So it's always like different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the reason why I can get that crazy lighting is because for the most part I'm doing like this when nobody's looking. It's like literally like here go my camera right here. Like if I'm like shooting like because I don't shoot with a tripod, everything is freehand. So I'm like this with an angle, and then
wow. See,
so
I would have swore that you used a tripod because it's some pretty steady filming.
Yeah. The only time a tripod is used, is for review videos. But even the BTSs are all freehand. All of that is freehand. So regular photos, freehand. BTS, freehand. Only reviews do I use a tripod for, and that's only because I can't hold the weight for 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning I was holding it up myself. But I'm old now, and it's been 12 years. So my arms hurt. Like I got arthritis right here from holding the camera for so long. So, like my doctor said, I have to work out this arm less now because I do enough workout with the camera. Because I hold the camera like this for so long.
Yeah.
And this is the small lens. So when I got the big lens on, it's like this, like lifting weights.
Jeez.
Well, it definitely like I don't know how to explain it, but you crop the photos in the way that all that is hidden. You know.
I don't crop though.
You don't crop?
No.
It's just all in camera frame. Oh.
Yeah. Look. Oh wait. Let me go grab my memory card. Hold on. I can still hear y'all, but y'all talk without me.
Okay.
They're outstanding.
An adamant pro. That's also why I really like. He's very open with. He's very approachable. Not every.
Right.
I've like casually messaged him about stuff, and he'll come back to you. He'll answer questions.
Yeah.
Because I was messaging him about. I really wanted to see his review of that Mezco Ultraman because I was just on the fence and I didn't know what to do.
God, I feel like Mezco owes him so much money just from me.
So here's a great example that I can show you. Last night I just uploaded the scrap iron review, right?
Yeah.
This is all in camera. There's no edit. See?
Jeez. See the way
There's no crop, no anything.
the way you position it, and you can't see any of like. It's just it looks like a steel, like a comic book frame. The way you
Well, that's kind of what I aim for, you know.
it's if there's not anybody that respects that, then I don't understand.
It is. I mean, it is what it is. Like that's why I don't care about like editing stuff like stands and stuff like that. Like whatever, that shit don't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
See, look, this is one that I didn't even. Probably won't ever post, but I took it for myself. I won't ever post this, but it's there.
You should.
Nice.
It looks great. Looks great.
And then I gotta make sure I don't show y'all shit. Yeah, y'all not supposed to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Top secret stuff. Shut them down. Shut them down.
Shut it all down. Shut it all down.
Shut it down.
All right, well, never mind. Now we get into the secret stuff, so I can't show y'all no more.
Yeah.
But no, like like it's funny because like I don't edit, and everyone thinks like, oh man, your edits are so great. I'm like, the fuck are y'all talking about? I don't even know how to do that. people like, well, how'd you figure out this lighting? Trial and error. Like that's why I kind of tell people like when a video takes long, it's me trying to figure out some new fantastic way to shoot lighting. That's it.
You really like to push yourself to do new things to try.
Yeah, I try not to. It sucks sometimes because sometimes I feel bad when I do have to like cut things short because I like to give things more time, but I don't have time as it is.
Yeah. Well, that kind of leads me to my next question. I've always respected your goal to try and be kind in an environment that doesn't necessarily breed kindness.
Yeah.
And you're a staunch advocate about like self-care when it comes to mental health. Like how do you recognize when it's time to like step away from social media when it's such a crucial part of what you do?
The interesting about that is because that's touch and go with me, especially because I try to push myself through my boundaries. And I've learned that I need to keep those boundaries up because what happens is recently I got to a point where I was responding to negativity again. And I promised myself I wouldn't do that because that takes out of you, that takes away from you. And when it takes away from you, that means you can't give to those that deserve. So it's one of those things where Ad said, you know what? No more social media for the rest of the week. And if I do have to log in, it's going to be the post and the leave. That's why I don't respond to comments. It's why I tell people I don't respond to messages. And if you actually want to contact me, I tell you to email me. You want to know why? Because when I email people, I can see a name. I can see what you're about. And I mean that you can follow instruction enough to go, that person cares enough to respond to me in a manner that is more thoughtful as opposed to a DM that he'll probably respond to 6 weeks later. But an email, I never take more than a week. Never take more than a week. But a lot of people kind of have the problem is people don't see the world as it is. They see it how they are. So if you are a negative person, you will only see negativity in people. So I try not to get like that because what you pour out into people does affect them. So I try not to give that to people. I don't want to be giving out negativity for it to come right back to me. People want to give out negativity. The first thing go, well, the world's fucking stupid anyway. And then when someone calls them an idiot, they get offended.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I always hear that it's you don't get your happiness taken away. You give it away freely when you do stuff like that. So
yeah. I mean, that's why I try to tell people. Like, when I tell people if they're looking for a reviewer, I always say, no, go check this guy out. He's not only is he going to give you he's going to put a figure through its paces, but he's also going to give you like the positivity. Like it's I don't know, it's contagious, man. And I think it's nice what you do. And
I'm not for everyone. I'm not for everyone, and I understand that. I tell people all the time, I don't have to be for you. Like, it's not an end all be all. It's not one of those, oh, I'm a one size fits all guy. I'm not. But I'll tell you this, even if I am not for you, even if you do not enjoy my work, you should still respect people as a person. And I think that's where a lot of people will say. Yeah. A lot of people will go, well, fuck that guy. He's too positive. And I'm just like, see, that's where you lost me.
Yeah.
That's where you lost me. It could have just been, hey, that guy's not for me. And I'm like, all right, man, I'll buy you a beer. Have a good day. That's it. But no, it's always the, fuck that guy. He's too positive. Fuck that guy. He's this, and this. And I'm just like, if I responded back to y'all with that same energy, y'all wouldn't like me very much, would you? Then you have a reason to not like me because that's what you want. You want a reason. You don't need a reason to not like me. You could just not like me and move on with life. But they
Yeah.
get stuck right there at that part. It's a very alarming thing.
Yeah, it's like you got to prove to these people that they in fact do hate you, and they'll engage with you in such. I mean, I've seen people get mad at you because you don't review every figure ever made. How come you're not reviewing this figure? Probably because there's too many fucking figures.
Yeah.
And like I said, YouTube does not pay a livable wage. Like,
No.
Even if I bought everything, right? There's no way that I could review everything and take pictures of everything and still have a personal life.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You've managed to find a balance. That's pretty incredible.
I like grass though. That's why I like touching grass.
Yeah. Yeah. I like climbing mountains apparently.
Well, in New York, it's not actual grass. I like touching asphalt and being on the subway. But you know what I mean.
No, yeah, no. Yeah.
And it's like I like going out. Like even tonight, I'm going out with the wife. We going to a dance party, and by dance party, we're going to a dance party. And not some. Oh, I'm just gonna sit there and watch. No, I'm gonna take my ass on the dance floor. I like that kind of stuff. Like I do. I have other hobbies outside of collecting action figures. I do a lot. I used to do archery all the time, but that's closed down out here. It's too far now.
Oh man,
that's why it's funny because I don't know jack shit about guns, but I'll talk to you for days about a bow.
I know. I see your videos, and I wished I could be like your gun guy.
It's funny because all my gun friends are like, "No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Yeah.
Look, I don't call it a clip anymore. I know it's a magazine.
There's a lot of people that get like super offended by that. I'm like, come on, man.
Super offended.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow up with an 80s movie when that's what they called it because every black person was a gangster calling it a clip. I wonder why.
Has anybody hit you with the bullets versus rounds yet? Has anybody hit you with that one? I don't even know.
No one has ever did that because usually I call it a little bit of both. So they kind of like, we'll let you slide because you know it. You know it.
Yeah. I get that one a lot. I'm like, come on, man.
I find it funny because I will tell people, if you're offended by what I'm calling a gun wrong, but you still can't pronounce my name right, that is why I continue to do it. Well, it's a Spetsnaz SP7. Well, my name is Darius, but you keep calling me Darius. But here we are.
Well, at least your name doesn't rhyme. I had really awful parents.
What for Zach? Oh.
Well, so Zach is my middle name, but my first name's William, and then my last name is Gillum. So they're spelled exactly the same. Yeah, isn't that awful? Like, thanks, Mom and Dad. Yeah.
I'm now naming you Willem Gillum Dafoe.
Yeah, there you go. I'm now the Green Goblin.
Willem Gillum Dafoe.
Yeah,
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Godspeed.
But I love Willem Dafoe, so it works out because Willem Dafoe is amazing. He's such a nice dude.
He is. Such an incredible
man
actor.
Is more limber than a 20-year-old at a frat party.
I still don't know how he has not been the Joker yet, ever. Like, why?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want him to be the Joker because he's too good for that.
It's too easy. It's too easy, right? Like,
think about it, right? He would excel at just being a more radicalized version of him, nice self. He would do nice things for you and go, haha, now I'm gonna kill you. Like, it's just Willem Dafoe playing Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah, it seems like it would be too easy. But I don't know.
But if he ever does play the Joker, I hope it's for voice only. He would be amazing at that, especially now that our boy is tiring Mark Hamill because
Kevin Conroy, yeah,
which sucks. But I would love Willem Dafoe to do that.
Yeah.
Well, where can people find you in the upcoming weeks? What you got planned? I mean, obviously San Diego Comic-Con.
That you can't talk about.
Yeah, what can you talk about?
Yeah, because I know
nothing actually.
No,
I'm not even joking. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck can I talk about?
Is it bad that makes me more excited?
It's not bad. It's just like it's one of those things where it's like,
because if he can't talk about it,
it's weird because it's kind of why I'm so secretive. Because everybody's like, "Why are you so secretive?" I'm like, because I would blurt it out by accident. And I've learned my lesson. I'm not trying to Tom Holland this shit. Like, no. Actually, I got the Shin Kamen Rider video coming up soon, right?
Oh,
I got a Magneto video coming out soon, and Snowbats. I'm gonna try to squeeze that in, right? If I go to sleep tonight, it'll go up Sunday. I promise. But if I don't go to sleep tonight, it'll go up tonight. You know?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know the links below, but I feel like you're on it without that. If they're already subscribed,
Nah, fuck them links. You ain't gotta follow me. Y'all see me anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all see me and stuff. Y'all don't even know it's me, so it don't even matter. It don't even matter.
But
Telling
you're
you.
really close to 100,000. We need to get you there. I think you're sitting at like 90, 94. Like you're really
Something
close.
like that. Something like that. And I want to get it before the end of the year, but I'm also like, I'm about to spend like the next 3 months ghosting social media. So fuck. That's the hard part, right? Like I want to get there. I really want to get there. But the problem is that you have to be on social media every day, posting every day, telling people to follow you every day. I'd rather get online every day, tell you to be good and drink water than tell you to follow.
Yeah.
You know, but it's hard. I hate telling people to follow me because I'm not gonna post every day right now. Like it is a really tough time to balance social media and real life. I don't want to be online every day. That shit is depressing. You don't go anywhere. You don't do anything.
Yeah.
You don't even interact with everyone wholesomely because you're just trying to please the algorithm, which is why I want organic interaction. I'm like, people are like, oh, that post only got 500 likes. I'm like, well, 500 people saw it. I don't give a shit.
Right.
That's it. Someone saw my art and it made someone smile. That's the end of the story. But it's tough when the algorithm's like, tell that person you love them, tell them to follow you, tell them to drink water, tell them to murder a goat. Like it's always something. It's like
Deathwater sponsored this man. He's too brutal. He's too brutal to not be sponsored. You idiots.
Liquid Death, if you are listening though, just a reminder that not only do I love your water, you should sponsor me because I love your water. I start with a D too because it's very good mountain water. Water.
Yeah, you could. I'm pretty sure we could take the D and maybe make a cool little logo of the D and just be like the Amazing's version.
Nah, they might slap me with copyright infringement. Let's not do that.
No, I want them to do it. You know, like how G Fuel does it for all the streamers.
I would love for them to do that, but man, listen, I don't want to get slapped with no copyright infringement. That's why I do original stuff only.
That's why we do live so we can swear and not get copyrighted.
It's weird because they also changed that policy where you can curse now too. So it's like that was another thing, right? So when I first started doing YouTube, you could not curse, right? And then it got to a point where they're like, oh, you can curse, but not within the first minute of the video.
Yeah.
So there's like 3 videos in my entire lifetime. No, 7 videos. And all of my videos, there's 7 videos where I drop F-bombs like 8 minutes in. All of those videos are demonetized.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm like, okay. And then y'all wonder why I don't want to do this because I can't express happiness in a way that uses a cuss word. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Meanwhile, I know people that curse every day, not demonetized. The only difference? I wonder.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that if you're a big swinger over there at YouTube, you kind of get away with some shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it's absolutely true. They've proven it. So.
Time and time again. Well, I hate that, man. But that's why I'm hoping that for some reason your authenticity will shine through not only the algorithm but YouTube's bullshit.
Well, the other problem is that I think people like my stuff, but not enough to like support it regularly, and I'm okay with that because that means that you like it enough to watch a few videos, but they don't like everything. Like not everybody likes Kamen Rider, right? And I can't always do the pop culture stuff because that gets boring to me. It does. Like I'm always gonna run a review with Spider-Man, but I'm more like the 900 Spider-Man now. There's nothing else I can give you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the wall is starting to look like the Spider-Verse. Like it's pretty bad. You know?
Yeah. So I can't always give you Spider-Man stuff, but G.I. Joe is like new and it's fresh, so I like doing that. Kamen Rider, I love doing. Like, I'm trying to get more Kamen Rider reviews out, but the problem is, I'm gonna be honest, I'll start playing with the toy and then forget to do the damn video. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go do something else now. You know, so
I know.
that's been my problem with camera stuff.
Well,
so
yeah, nobody else does it. Nobody. Sorry.
I'm trying though. I'm getting back to it. I promise. I'm reviewing... He's up next. Wizard All Dragon.
oh,
Jeez, look at that thing. Look at that. Oh my god. My wallet's already hurt. Probably
His
gonna...
entry is so beautiful too.
Look at that thing.
oh.
So if you want to see the back.
Jeez.
Awesome.
And I also don't like that they don't show how good of a posability that skirt is. It's really, really nice.
Oh, is it
They
wired?
don't.
It's wired, huh?
Oh, it's wired. It's wired cloth.
Oh, okay.
Let me actually open it up so you can see.
Back up.
Like they don't do a good enough job of showing you that. This is my fresh one. I just opened this one up. I gotta find out what my other one is. I know because I did that one, but
See, that's what I'm talking about. Look how natural.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, just by
Wow.
the pictures, you wouldn't know. So you provided valuable information about that skirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so I'm gonna get you in like a wizard like pose because he does like Tai Chi martial arts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look how effortlessly
Yeah.
you just did that.
Yeah, it's like 30 seconds.
Meanwhile, my stuff's just standing up in the background. God, that does look crazy though.
Hit you with that spinning bird kick. He actually does that move though. That's what makes it even cooler because he actually does do that move.
Man,
See, that's why I like you, because you review the stuff you like, so you know exactly what you should be looking for, as opposed to the ignoring all the technical shit, like single joint, double joint. Like, can it be the character that it's supposed to be?
yes. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, just effortlessly just pull that shit like that.
Wow.
It's so great.
Yeah. Boy, they're getting really good at hiding the articulation too.
Yeah,
You know, it
so good.
like it looks it's I'm trying to think of the right way to say it. It's like the articulation kind of, I don't know, like Bandai kind of used to look real like choppy. You know, like kind of the old
they're broken it up everywhere. I also
Yeah.
realize that people don't like when I use the word seamless. I'm like, but seamless is the word that kind of fits this. It makes it look seamless.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're pinless joints. It's like, yes, but the look is seamless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for instance, like covering up the coat on this joints for Rider 1, Shin Rider 1 looks fantastic.
Oh god, I'm so jealous. I want that figure so bad.
Why did you guys order it when it came out?
Oh
Or were you waiting
man,
for the secondary one?
it's money and timing. It's always that.
Yeah.
Always.
That's
like
fair. That's fair.
like yeah. How do you go about like picking figures, man? Like there's so much coming out. Like even if you just
listen, I'm terrible at that. I'm terrible. Absolutely horrible. You're asking the wrong one. I'll pre-order stuff just because.
and
You're asking the wrong
what's
motherfucker.
And what's crazy about it, the figure market is starting to skew towards, man, you better just pre-order something whether you're going to like it or not, because if you don't, and if you just wait for a review, you might not get it.
yeah.
That's the other thing I've been doing lately is kind of reviewing stuff a little later to give people a little breathing room, because I've noticed that after, not just me, but after a few people review it, it tends to go into the aftermarket pricing, and I kind of been hating that lately. So where I can, I try to review things a little later, even though even if I have access to something early, like I've tried to review it later. But then it's been making some people mad, so I'm like, fuck, I gotta balance this out.
I wouldn't want that responsibility, because I don't know, how do you review something that's not obtainable, without going to a secondary market and paying just like gangbusters for it.
Well, the other problem is a lot of people, it's going right back to the way things used to be, and this kind of sucks in a way, but it's also good because now people can learn their lesson, is that pre-ordering something where you don't have to pay up front is fantastic, because that lets everybody know it generates interest. It lets you know we should make more. It lets you know that this is doing well. Because people didn't pre-order so many things over the last 18 months, like after the whole COVID boom, right? People to stop pre-ordering stuff because they're like, they'll make plenty. No, they're not going to make plenty. Things are made based off of pre-order initial numbers. Everything lately for instance, remember when G.I. Joe people were like, oh my God, this is going to be like $100. Oh my God. Now they all call them those same things peg warmers. Why? Because they went out and made more. Because it's doing really well. And Hasbro can do that because it's their property. They can go, you know what? We don't have to pay a licensing fee because it's our brand. Let's just make more for the people. The only thing right now from G.I. Joe that is inaccessible to find is stuff that's not out yet. Serpentor and Dr. Mindbender. And and that special Zartan. But you can literally find everything else. Everything.
At retail.
Somehow people are still complaining that you can find things at retail. Why? Because some of those people are like, I'm just gonna wait for it to go on clearance. I don't want to pay that much. Joe's don't cost that much. I'm not gonna do that. What? It's like, dude, either you want it or you don't. If you want to get it on clearance, cool. But I don't need to know your life story about that. I don't.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you're telling people you're gonna wait for it to go on clearance because you're the same people that will go 6 months later when it does go on clearance. Oh my God, why did I wait so long to get this figure? It's literally the same brain cell effect.
Yeah. If you want something, you want something. Because if you're waiting for it to go on clearance, then you probably didn't want it to begin with. Really.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't want it. They just want to have that's why I don't want to call myself a collector, right? Collectors collect things. I don't want to say I do that. I photograph these things and I make sure they go into use. I don't just collect. Collecting things means it's going to sit on the shelf. It's going to say you have it. It's going to be added to your checklist. I'm an enthusiast. I like to use them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They're fun to mess with.
Do you have a favorite figure that you keep going back to?
Yes, I do. Actually, I have a few. One of them is the bats, which is why I'm excited for snow bats. I love bats. I think at this point I have over 100 different versions of bats.
Jeez.
I have a mix. So like the first bats, I have 30. Crimson bats, I have 15. Python Patrol, I have 12. And there's one more other bat. No, I got some custom bats. So I'm at like 60, 70 for bats. Obviously I keep coming back to this because I just saw the movie recently, Shin Kamen Rider.
Yeah, that thing looks good.
This guy's always on permanent display, which is my blade.
Nice.
Man, that one's impossible to find.
No, it's not.
On eBay, it's like pretty rough.
For the MDX?
Yeah. Is it?
It's weird because at one point, dog, like people couldn't get rid of the MDX, so I find that very odd.
I don't know what's going on with Mezco right now, but because I've been going on, my buddy's been laughing at me because I've been buying a bunch of like trash parts and just like making stuff, because I wanted a comic.
You need some parts? I send you some parts.
Because I wanted a comic style Batman really bad, so I ended up buying a bunch of parts and just putting them together. It's from I took the boots from the Creek 13, the boots, and I'm trying to get
the
my
big
camera
tactical boots.
Yeah, the big tactical boots, and then I clipped some fins from McFarlane to make the fins on the gloves there.
That's like it looks like an Arkham Asylum classic Stu Batman.
Yeah, like, it's kind of what I was going for. Like I really wanted a classic one, and not with all the tactical stuff on the suit itself. To go with that Superman.
Yeah, that looks good though. Like, but if you need some parts, I got some spare parts.
Hey, if you got trash, spare parts, because I'm over there just Frankenstein and just like doing what I can and putting.
But that's part of the fun of lines like that. That's why I like. That's kind of why I like the popping and swapping of Mythic Legions.
Yeah.
That's why I like Mezco stuff, because most of the joints are mostly universal once you get past the ripping parts out. But man, I be having fun. I don't give a shit. Like, toys are meant to be played with. Toys are meant to have fun. They are.
Yes. Yep. I mean, I noticed the initial fear of breaking a Mezco, like getting through the cloth. Like once I did that, you realize that, oh my God, these bodies kind of can swap parts. Like now I got.
Hold on. So I saw a comment from Happy Pursuits. No, it's not because I'm black. You're insinuating the wrong thing. It wasn't because I'm black. I was saying it was because people are well connected. Like we actually literally just said that. It has nothing to do with me being black. Who do you think watches the most people on the internet? Everybody watches black creators, my guy. It has nothing to do with being black. It's about being well connected.
It's the people that have.
But thank you for that.
The huge YouTube buttons. Yeah, but look at this.
What's that?
But I got this is a Magneto body that I got like super cheap. It's the I think it was the PX exclusive.
Oh, okay. That's the PX white one, the white suit.
Yeah. So I haven't decided yet, but I'm like, man, this is a really great slim body. I was like, man, it could be something. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But I love these things. It's killing me.
No, but the slim body stuff, like so slim bodies, you have Constantine, which has that newer body, which is really nice. Obviously, you have your Gomez's if you want brown skin or darker skins, because the Gomez bodies come in black, yellow, brown, and then there's the Vapor body, which is a really small body. So yeah, there's a ton of different choices you have with that.
Yeah, like I love the black skull body, like this thing right here for your covert operations. This is probably like the best like body. I love this thing. Yeah.
Which one is that? That's the black skull body, right?
Yeah, it's the black skull. I just found this like really cool like third party jacket to put on him, and then I put that little leather harness around. That jacket looked cool. I mean,
I like that jacket a lot.
Yeah, I got a couple here. I found like a couple of people on like eBay that make them relatively cheap for like $25.
That looks like the John Wick coat, but it looks like different, so it's crazy.
Yeah, they even put buttons on it, little bitty tiny buttons. Here, I'm sorry, Jimmy, I'm making you.
No, it's okay.
No, look, see them little tiny little buttons.
It looks like it could like button up, which is pretty cool.
Like for some reason they put buttons on both sides, so you can't like you would have to.
That's probably so it would latch properly because
it looks like a double-breasted
scale stuff. Yeah, 112 scale stuff. I realize the smaller it is with the buttons, the easier it is to rip off. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's God, it's freaking. That's a good body. I like it a lot. That slim covert body. Because this Batman that I have, he's a little thick. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
All Batman are thick boys when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's
like I don't think I've ever seen a super slim Batman. Like they even mentioned like when you read the comics, like the Grant Morrison Batman run, when Dick Grayson takes over, they're like, no, this Batman's a little slim. Like, did he lose weight? And it's like, yeah, because you realize just how fucking buff Bruce Wayne is. It's like, dude, how are you hiding all that in the suit, bro?
Looking like John Cena.
Bro. Yeah. Have you ever met John Cena in person?
Never. I've only met Batista in person.
Yo,
out of all the rest.
Both him and Batista are like giantly wide dudes.
Yeah.
It's impossible to hide the ridiculous muscle mass these dudes have. And they all have like custom tailored suits that's trying to hide it. And I'm like, when you try to turn your neck, your whole suit turns. Like, stop this.
Yeah, they still built like a truck. I remember it was a USO thing when I was still enlisted, and I met Batista, and I shook his hand, and his hand like engulfed mine, you know. And I'm like, dude, it's like shaking a bushel of bananas, you know, like it was like because his hands like wrapped around mine, like it felt scary.
You gotta be careful shaking those dudes' hands because they're so used to wrestling. Like when I shook John Cena's hand, he crushed my hand. He's like, "Oh, sorry, it's a habit." Like because he's so used to being in the ring, just
you
know.
It's like a guy thing, you know. You gotta try to break the other guy every time you shake.
I just find it funny because I didn't say ow or anything, but I'm just looking him dead in the eye, like I'm having to look up like this. And he's just like you gonna let go? Like I don't care if it's reason, but like I need you to let go.
I need to.
And it's funny because we bumped into him at Comic-Con. It was me and KJ. We bumped into him at Comic-Con. One of the nicest dudes you'll ever like literally just bump into. So nice.
It's always good to hear.
Yeah, it's always Batista was a really super, like he was super sweet, like he was awesome.
I've only ever heard nice things about Batista. I've never heard a bad story about him.
Like he was so cool, and he hung out with us for a little while and just entertained our dumb military questions and stuff like that.
It's funny because I'm like, he didn't serve, did he?
No, they was just really cool because it was like I said, it was like a USO thing where they took a bunch of guys and they were like gave us like free tickets to a SummerSlam. And we went, and it was in Baltimore. And
shit.
Yeah, and that's his hometown, you know, because he's from Baltimore, and he was just, I guess he was just in a really good mood because he hung out with us for a little while. Really,
That's
really
good. That
sweet
means he
dude.
likes y'all.
I know he is really.
I always find it funny when wrestlers have security. I'm like, dude, you're bigger than all of your security.
Yeah.
Like every single one.
He is the final boss. Like, why do you have mini bosses? Yeah,
Yeah, like what's the whole point? It's like, I
Yeah.
guess I'll have to do everything myself. Like the typical boss line.
yeah, Thanos just putting on the glove, you know.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself. Yep.
Well, speaking of nice people, I hate to break it up. You've given us extra time. I want to make sure.
Oh
I want
yeah,
to
yeah.
What time
politely
is it?
kick you out.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't know
oh
what
yeah,
time
you're on
it
my
was.
schedule.
I
I'm
didn't
on-
want to break up the bromance, man. It was going great.
Yeah.
Oh no. I tell you what. We will pencil in some more time next week. So if you got time next weekend, let me know. I'll butt in. I'll jump in the show and I'll just be quiet in the background like this. Like
No, oh no.
You're here, whatever. I just want to quickly toot your horn though. I won't go into detail about what you did because you're a kind man. I needed help with a charity. I asked for a small favor. You couldn't do that, but you ended up doing this giant favor to make up for the fact that you couldn't do this one, which was ridiculous, by the way. You
I'll be
ended up
honest, I
helping-
don't even remember it because I just
Yeah.
like to do good things. I don't even remember it, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I just wanted to thank you because you ended up helping raise. You sent a shit ton of figures for a donation thing. We ended up raising, I think it was like $6,800 for two charities because it went to like
Yeah.
a auction thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always commend you for being such an approachable, nice, honest dude who's just doing what you love, and I think that's what everybody gravitates toward.
Yeah.
Dude. Dude.
Thank you for that. And again, Happy Pursuits has replied again. I'm gonna reply. The reason why I look down is because I don't want to name people's names because that's rude to do so, especially when I have no quarrel with them and I don't want to use them as an example. The reason why that is because a lot of people like to name names, and then what happens is they'll go, well, so and so mentioned you, and it'll be done out of context. And I don't like doing that to people, especially when it's one of those things where it's like, even if I just wanted to make a solid example of a person where if they can actually not do any wrong, I don't want it to be a situation where it comes off as if I don't like that person, because that's not true. So I hope that helps explain that to you, because I don't like putting people in spots that they don't need to be in. So hopefully that helps you. But
there's an old. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's an old quote. I don't know who said it, but it says it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. You know?
It's like I don't want to be like. I tell people all the time, like I've seen my name thrown around in conversations that it didn't need to be in, and then it presents a certain negative light of me, and I don't want to do that to other people, especially when I was just being used as an example. It's one of those things where I'm like, I had to catch myself, because I'm like, if I had named the name, it would have been like, well, so and so said you're well connected. That's not fair to them. It's not. It's not fair. So I don't want to do that to people, knowing that I'm in a position of, as what some would say, both privilege and influence, to go around and be rude to a person by just using their name like that. So hopefully that help clears that up.
Well, I commend you for even then. I commend you just for being an honest dude. I don't. There's that weird disconnect with people. It's like they see somebody and they think, "Oh, I know this person. I can talk to them any way I want to." There's this weird. The internet has this weird thing about like.
Well, we talk about that a lot with parasocial relationships, and that's something I go with through all the time. It's like, for instance, Happy Pursuit's first comment may have come off a little demeaning towards me when he put those laughing emojis, where it's like you made an assumption of me. You know what I mean? You didn't understand what I was going through, and it's not like you actually asked me. You just said, "Hey, he's just making this assumption because he's black." It's like you didn't know the context of it. I'm trying to be kind because honestly, I know what it's like for people to throw my name out there for no reason. And I don't want that for other people. Even for people I don't like, I wouldn't want that. That's heartache. Who would want that? Like, we shouldn't be online trying to argue, even if we disagree with each other. It shouldn't be like a yelling match. It shouldn't be a he said, she said. It shouldn't be a I don't like this guy for, any other bullshit. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that way. And a lot of the times, I'm glad I'm able to respond to Happy Pursuits in a way where it's like, let me just clear the air for you. You know what I mean? A lot of times
Yeah.
I'll try to do that with people. I'll try to clear the air. Like there's plenty of times in Happy Pursuits, there's no beef against you. I just wanted to explain, but a lot of times I try to explain to people where they'll say some wild out of context shit. And I'm like, hey, like, what do you mean by that? And then people will, will try to follow up with oh, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, I don't, because I can't get that through text. So when you put the emojis, it's one of those things where I'm like, I had to try to understand what was going on. I'm like, no, like, that's not what it is, So I'm doing my best to be transparent. Whereas like, this is what it is. And like, if you need clarification, I can give you that. Like, all you got to do is ask me. I don't have nothing to really hide. Like, if I can't say anything, I won't. Like, for instance, I can't tell you about half the toy shit I'm on.
Right.
That's a legal thing. Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if I can clarify stuff like that to where Happy Pursuits realizes like it's not what he thinks it is, cool. It's up to him to believe me or not. But the point that I'm making is YouTube is tough because all it takes is the same people in power to just go and change the rule. Like, that's why we talked about the F-bomb thing. I got demonetized until big wig people said, you know what, this is bullshit, because they curse in their videos all the time.
Yeah.
I just think it's important.
It's not even just toy stuff either. I mean, like, literally, I watched a bunch of streamers, reviewers, people who they all curse now. And it wasn't until they came at YouTube, the big names, did the little people like me, they trickled down to, because it sucks. It took them to do it, even though I've been complaining to YouTube and haven't gotten a response yet.
I just think it's important to just remember that you're an actual human being on the other end of the camera, and you can only do what a human being is capable of.
Yeah, but I also understand that people grew up in a lot of different places and don't necessarily get me. You only get what I've shown you, and that's to be fair, right? So when they see this other side of me on the camera with you guys, they're only going by what they've interacted with other people for, or what they've seen on the internet. And that's kind of why I have a problem with social media as a whole. You're only going about what people show you. You don't see people's losses. You don't see people's interactions. You don't see people's lives. You're only getting to see this happy part of us for the hour we've been on.
Yeah.
So I try to give you everything when you get me.
And we appreciate
that.
Yeah, for real.
It's a shame that we've come so far that we have to explain class.
I think the thing with Happy Pursuits was a good thing, because it was a lesson learned for me and for him, where it's like I need to learn to like not pause like that and rethink things on the fly. And maybe I shouldn't have been saying just stuff, but also on his end where he learned like we can still talk it out. So it was a lesson learned on both ends.
That and you're trying not to be a Tom Holland,
Thank you. Tom Holland was out here just blurting out secrets.
Because that's how we do. We come in here and we get you talking, and you forget what you can and can't say, and the next thing you know, it's like
drinking. You're lucky you're not drinking. I've been screwed.
Late. So what you're saying is late night stream. Maybe after you guys are done dancing, you come.
I think y'all will still be up, because we get back. Like, most places close out here at like 4 a.m. But we're probably gonna leave before that. But it's still funny, because even if I got back in time, it'd be like, oh, it's only 1 a.m. over here in the West Coast. We can still try.
Just DM us when you want to do a show.
Just whenever,
like I said, next time I come on, I'm gonna sit in the background. I feel like I've talked too much for you guys. I'm just gonna say it politely in the corners. Like,
you're the guest, dog.
No, man.
I mean, I love this sit down. Like I said, I love being social with people. I'm just terrible at social media.
Horrible at social media. Same.
Yeah. I like being on. I like being around. I like talking to people. That's why I said the Happy Pursuits thing was a good thing. It was a happy accident. Where it's like we both learned a lesson. No, seriously, we both learned something.
He should change his profile. Happy accident.
That'd be pretty cool if he changes it. After one incident, I've now changed it to happy accidents. That'd be pretty cool.
I've learned from an incident, so it's a happy accident. Yeah.
Hey, we all learn, dude. We all learn, and if you stop learning, that's where you get stagnant, and I don't want that.
Thank you. That is 100%.
Well, please come back whenever you want.
Yeah.
We will figure out our timing because, like I said, June and July are like really, really rough. But August seems free. Hold on, let me check my schedule.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should get you to come back after hear about your adventures at Comic-Con.
I know. Once you get to a point where you can't talk about stuff, like Joe Fest is going on right now, and
I was so mad I couldn't go to that. I was so mad I couldn't go to that.
Yeah.
All because I'm like stuck doing deadlines here. I'm so mad I couldn't go to that.
Because I know you're one of the few YouTubers that actually shows like Valaverse stuff. And
really, no, that's not true. Other people,
no, there's. I say one of few, like the big, like the big. I know there's like the bigger guys like on YouTube. They kind of, I don't know, they kind of shunned it away. I don't know why, but it just doesn't seem like it's loud.
But I like the Valaverse stuff. But you know what it is though? I also don't know the in and out of what everybody's doing every day.
Yeah,
I think that's part of what it is. Like
that's healthy.
Like I said, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my thing though. I don't want to be online all day every day. So when people like talking online, I miss all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and I say it all the time. Like, don't tell me because I don't care. Like, I'm into real life experiences, and the problem with social media is like what could have happened. Like, I could have reacted poorly to what Happy Pursuit said, and that would have been bad for both of us. And that's kind of why I stay offline, because the more you are online, the quicker you are to react poorly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that, and unfortunately, some people are just out for blood.
Yes, they went looking for it.
And they're unhappy in their personal lives, and they seek to take it out on others. And online is like the best place to do it because you're protected.
I think the healthiest and easiest solution when it comes to that is just don't engage. Like with you, like if they're so adamant or so upset by what you do, I never understand the constant searching for you to let you know that I don't like you. Like, why is that a thing?
I don't know if that's a trauma response or not, to be honest. That might be a trauma response for them. Maybe they need attention, or maybe they need to vent their point because no one else would listen. I know a lot of us go with being pent up on rage and feeling the way about things for a long time. And, and it's not to side with them, but I want to be more understanding of people where it's like, we can solve this without being mean to each other,
Yeah.
That should be the last resort. But if it does come down and I have to be mean to a person, trust me, it was the last resort.
Yeah.
It has to be the last resort. I don't want it to be the first resort. It has to be the last one. Because on the other end, and this is being real, some people don't deserve your kindness. I get that. I really do.
Yeah.
But, you got to at least try, because some people may be going through it. Some people may be in a transition in life where they're like, they don't even understand their own feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my mother almost dying very recently, only 2 weeks ago, I was not in a very happy place. Mm-hmm. So I was quick to snap it. Like I said earlier, I could have responded poorly to the Happy Pursuits thing, especially if it was 2 weeks ago. I would have responded so poorly. But they would not have known that, because it's not up to them to know. But this is why I try to give everybody a fair chance. I try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, class act, sir.
I've been through a lot in life. And I don't want to get into that, but that's why I give everybody a chance, because life has shown you life will give you perspective where you don't think it has, because the things you go through will allow you to see things differently.
I can't think of anything better to go out on. I want to leave it at that. Say, please come back after. We'll get you back on. I absolutely love you, man.
Yep, and I want you to enjoy life, but enjoy life. But yeah, those reviews are great. So if you want to, and I hope and pray that you got yourself an orange piccolo.
I did not.
You did not. Do you want me to send you mine to review?
No, because I'm gonna pay the price on the aftermarket, because I did it to myself. There were just too many things coming out, and I could not review. The same time as Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, there were 9 other Kamen Riders that went up for order, and that took priority for me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
yeah.
I wanted Piccolo more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love Piccolo, one of my favorite characters, but that
Piccolo.
Kamen Rider for me, took priority. So I'm just gonna pay the price on an orange Piccolo on the aftermarket, or I can trade my turtles for it. Whoever wants one.
Do what you got.
I agree.
I agree. All right. Well,
No problem,
yeah,
man.
I'll stop asking questions because I could probably ask you
I know,
figure
man.
questions for years.
Well, you guys know how to reach me, so don't worry about it. I'll respond when I can. I promise I'll respond when I can. Bo, please remind me of that thing I did because I don't remember what I did. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's
don't-
more than 5. It was forever ago. It's just, to me, it was just a little check mark. I'm like, this dude, he didn't even know me, and he went and did one of the most kindest. For all
Well,
you know,
you
I
said
could
a
went
charity.
and sold- yeah, but
Yeah.
for all you know, I could have went and sold those figures on the aftermarket or whatever. I could have done anything. You didn't.
I have
know
a trauma about that. When you mention the word charity, the first thing I think is I gotta save them kids.
They're the future. That's why you gotta save them. That's right.
You said charity, I said okay, and I did what I could. Like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I couldn't do something, so I did something.
Yeah.
And
And
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you
I
sent me
just don't remember
photos.
what that thing is, so please just
Send it-
remind me.
you
'Cause I really don't remember. What
You sent a huge box of figures to be donated for kids.
It was.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
we
what
were.
I did. Oh,
Yeah, because we were just asking, just
Yeah, I
like little
think we
small
were
stuff
just-
from just little small stuff from here, here and there to get together to do this the children's charity. It was Toys for Tots,
Yeah.
and next thing you know,
now I remember. Yes, the word
Yes,
Toys for
yeah,
Tots. Yeah.
yep. And then you sent this ginormous box of toys, and we were like, wow,
Well, you
I
said
don't
it
even.
was for the kids.
It's right. It was for the kids, and they got a lot of toys.
That's how I get down. You said it's
Yeah.
for the kids.
So,
Well,
so thank you for that.
yes,
Yeah.
Are you guys
legitimately,
gonna
thank
do
you.
another one? Should I send another box?
If hopefully
You
this
wanna do
year,
it?
if it'll be around Christmas time. So
All right. Well, text me an address. I'll send the box now. You don't have to wait.
Didn't even ask this time.
yeah,
It's for the kids.
gotta take care of the kids, man.
I don't play that when it comes to kids, bro. I don't. Like, you have to understand, this is how I didn't grow up with money. So when somebody passes something down, it changes people. It's a certain level of love and affection from a stranger that you get. I don't know what it do about it's something that do for your body for dopamine, but getting something from a stranger that cares when you think nobody else does makes a difference. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them fucking toys up for them kids, man.
Yeah,
I look, God.
outstanding.
No, I'm serious.
We'll
I'm telling
probably
you, man.
if we can get organized, maybe we'll do a big blowout one this year for Christmas.
All right,
That would be
just
good.
send
We
me an
should.
address, tell me where to ship it, and it'll go out.
We'll be in touch. We'll let you know. That way we'll get it because I'm hoping we can do
One of my
a
lights
big.
died. Just I think you need to remind me just what the age range is so I could keep it at a certain level, because I don't want to send anything like super sophisticated like a 37-step transformer,
Yeah,
So-
yeah. We'll keep it low age. We'll keep it
Okay.
Hasbro and friendly. Because
Okay.
I know we target that young 8 to 13 age or whatever,
Okay.
and even younger there.
All right, I'm down. Just let me know.
All right, man.
Well, enjoy
Guys,
the
thanks
rest
for
of your
having me.
day, week, month, year, life.
Enjoy dancing.
Enjoy everything.
Well, there's no dancing until later, and unfortunately, I'm on like 40 minutes behind, but I'll make up for it. And like I don't know, I'll make up for it like I always do. I'll lose out on some sleep.
Yeah, don't forget to hydrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now
As
I'm out of
always.
coffee, so I need water now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
Because-
know
Drink
we've
your
been off
water.
for a while because one of my lights died because I didn't even charge it. It died. So. But yeah, guys, be good. Have an excellent day, night, and if you're on the other side of the world, all that other good stuff. And stay out of trouble. So as always,
Yeah.
please be good and do good, y'all. For real.
Yep, you too.
Later, y'all.
Later, guys.
Later.
See ya.